actually have a fear in me that, my God, Lord, somebody in my church could actually believe that homosexuality is okay, that abortion is okay. I actually am concerned, so yes, Lord, I'll open up my mouth. I'm willing to speak on those things. And it's not to harp on the people. It's not even to harp on the left. People are just confused and whatever. But somebody has to be a voice of reason in this world, and it has to be the church. It has to be the church. We're the ones that have the connection with them. And let me tell you something about the love of God. The love of God, see, they've hijacked our language, and they'll say, oh, I thought you were loving. I thought you just loved everybody. There's a difference between loving people and not loving what they do. I love my kids, but sometimes they need a spanking because I don't love what it is that they do. It's love to tell people, do it in love, but it's love to tell people, actually, that's not correct. Because you know what? Homosexuality is harmful. It's harmful to people. How is it? I'm stepping back and going, my God, how is it that we have drag queens? And you say, oh, well, they're just, they're wicked people, actually. That's what they are. And they need set free and delivered and saved and healed and all of that stuff. But how is it that we have I don't even know what they call, whatever, men that dress up like women and they exchange body parts? How is it that they're in libraries reading children's books to our children? It's because the Christians haven't done their job. The church hasn't done its job. I don't have another way to say it. And why? Because they haven't represented the Lord properly. Why? Because they haven't understood him. Why? Because preachers don't know the word. Why? Because they just listen to everything else that everybody else says to them. Why? Because that's what they learned in theology school. Why? Because that's what they were taught was the right thing. You know what the right thing is? Get your nose in the book. Get your nose in the word. Find out who God is. Find out what God says. Then you can believe like God. Then you can think like God. Then you can act like God. And when that happens, then the world will start to change. But if we can't be a counterculture and we get sucked into the culture, we're never going to see it be set straight and set right. It'll just stay crooked until Jesus comes. We have a job to do, and the only way we're going to do it is if we see him for who he really is. We have to know him for who he really is. And a God of love is willing to look at situations and say, that's totally wrong and totally destructive, at the expense of people going, you hurt my feelings. Who gives a rip if people don't like what you have to say? And I'm not saying that you have to get excited at them personally like I am right now. This gets me fired up. I'm not saying you have to do that with them personally, but on some level, people have to know and hear the truth. And you'd be surprised at the people that are looking to the church to see how they're going to respond